Our house was a single-story building, surrounded on all sides by tall two-story houses that cast deep shadows over it. Among these was a house to our left, where our distant relatives, Mr. Hamid, lived. He had 4 daughters and 2 sons, yet for some unknown reason, all 4 sisters seemed to harbor an inexplicable grudge against us. They never missed a chance to trouble us, sometimes throwing garbage into our courtyard, sometimes tossing a dead animal onto our roof, and often hurting us with their taunting remarks.
Mr. Hamid's circumstances were not good either, as he had been left disabled during the War of 1965. Despite their financial struggles, we continued to help them, yet his daughters constantly troubled us. We were always left wondering, why did they despise us when we only wished them well? Islam emphasizes kindness towards neighbors, so why was there so much hatred in their hearts?
One day, we complained to our aunt about their constant mischief. She said, "If you want to put an end to their pranks, place eggs, turmeric, oil, liver, and black stones outside their door in the dark of night. They'll think someone has cast a spell on them." At first, we were scared, but eventually we gathered the courage and carried out this prank one night. A few days later, pieces of liver pierced with needles were found outside their house. The entire neighborhood erupted in chaos. Their relatives rushed over in panic. Someone threw a bowl into the river, while another ran to consult a well-known spiritual healer. We were terrified that our secret might be exposed, but the healer declared, "This is the work of an outsider. It has nothing to do with anyone in the neighborhood." We silently thanked God and couldn't help but chuckle to ourselves.
These incidents frightened them so much that they began thinking about moving to a new house. Before leaving, Aunt Sahida came over with her daughter Ruxana and said, "Neighbors are like family. It's a pity things stayed tense for so long." She extended her hand in peace, and we accepted it. We promised that we would definitely visit them in their new home.
A few days later, we visited their new house. It was smaller than the previous one, but in the backyard stood a mango tree whose branches stretched all the way to the roof. It was mango season, and the tree was laden with fruit. Ruxana and her sisters cheerfully said, "Pick as many as you like." We plucked the mangoes and tasted them. They were so sweet that we couldn't help but feel a tinge of envy.
My sister Zarina, in particular, would often find excuses to visit, tempted by the mangoes. We started going to their house quite frequently. There was a special kind of joy in climbing up to the roof and picking mangoes ourselves. Our friendship grew so much that the old enmity was completely forgotten. One afternoon, we went over at Asr time, and in the middle of our chatter, it suddenly turned to Maghrib. Ruxana said, "You didn't pick any mangoes today?" Aunt Zahida overheard and replied, "Mangoes shouldn't be picked in the evening. Do it in the morning instead." Hasna scoffed. "Mom's just old-fashioned, always believing in silly superstitions." Then everyone turned to me and challenged, "If you're so brave, go alone and pick them right now." My stubbornness flared up, and I went to the roof alone. It was Maghrib time. The light was fading, and the wind began to blow fiercely. The branches started shaking violently, as if something unseen had taken hold of them. I grabbed onto one branch, but it snapped. The mangoes scattered across the ground, and stones began pelting down as if someone were throwing them. My heart pounded with terror, yet I kept reciting Ayatul Kursi. I hurriedly gathered the mangoes and ran downstairs. Later, I developed a fever and a sharp pain arose in my arm. We went to doctors and tried different treatments, but nothing brought relief. Eventually, a spiritual elder said, "At dusk, jinn takes shelter in fruit trees." After that, I made prayer and Quran recitation part of my daily routine. Gradually, the fear faded, but the pain in my arm still returns from time to time. Later, we learned that even at Ruxana's new house, stones would fall on their mango tree, and they too eventually moved away. This incident taught us that those who trouble others are eventually punished in one way or another.